Josh, out too soon.
Way too soon.
What?
So bummer.
This game is tough. I mean, you had access to very few clues. How do you play this type of game where you're sort of reliant on other people?
Yeah, that was the hardest part. So coming into it, I knew my biggest strength was, my biggest strength in all these games and just in life is I'm able to connect and I genuinely just like love making friends and meeting people. So I knew that was going to be a big strength of mine, but for me to have to right off the rip rely on people, complete strangers that I just met, that was kind of tough. And to not really have my hands on any advantage or being able to see where I was at, that played a big role into me leaving. But yeah, I'm just disappointed. I was not expecting it either, so I'm a little bummed, but so lucky, so happy that I did the project.
Prior to going into the map room, how did you feel about your relationship with Rick?
Oh, I didn't trust Rick at all. I did not trust Rick at all. I had this gut feeling about him, and I think the biggest lesson in all of this is just trust my gut. I
Mm.
think I'm a very intuitive person. And in this instance, I don't know why I was so blurred and I didn't like go off of my gut. Even with I had a gut feeling that we were in Rome and I didn't trust that. I didn't trust my team. I let Rick kind of just throw that out there and it kind of got in my head. So yeah, he's a great guy, but in the game I didn't trust him.
But it does seem like he's being honest with you. I mean, he thought that he was
Yeah.
giving you the truth.
Yeah, I don't think his intent was to throw me off. I think Rick was looking out. Um, and to be honest with you, when I call out Rick, I'm not blaming Rick for my exit. I'm not blaming him for throwing him off of my game. I was the dummy that made the mistake that I didn't trust myself. So in all, it's just me versus me in that map room, and it's nobody to blame but myself. I spiraled the last 2 minutes instead of trusting myself and trusting my team, and I fumbled it. But the lessons learned to just trust my gut. And also, Rick, the reason I called him out is because at that point, doing these games, having a target in the game is always good. You just keep the focus on that person, and then everybody's just able to like sit back and chill a little bit. So, in a sense, I did it to draw attention to his game because I did see how he was playing every side and every angle. And I wanted for people to catch on to that. And I wanted to just give a bit of an advantage to my team that had helped me and given me the clue. I just didn't go with what they said, like Big E, Shane, Tay, and Ali. I just wanted to help them out, and
I
that's
mean, we
why I
gotta
did.
have a classic Josh pop-off before you go out. I mean, come
Yeah, it
on.
was a very nice one. I think Rick, got off easy. I think it was a very sweet version of like a Josh call out. So yeah.
Well, when you're in that map room and you, like you said, you're kind of spiraling, are you debating just two locations, or did you ever think about going in between?
My strategy was if I was never sure, I don't know what happened to me. Because even one of my strategies was, okay, if I'm never certain, if I'm never sure, I'll just go dead in the middle. I didn't even do that. I don't know. I don't know if they were pumping something into that map room or what it was, but in that instance, even now doing these interviews, I'm realizing I was like, what was it that made me go complete left field? And I think it genuinely had to do with I was probably in there 3, 4 days and my mind was spinning the whole time. Like I was just think nonstop. And I think I was just very much just overwhelmed with everything. So it just like it's I'm disappointed in myself. I was expecting to do way better. I think if I would have gotten through this, I would have had better footing and done way better, but it's all what ifs now, you know? But yeah, I should have that was a smart strategy. I should have landed in the middle and I didn't.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know the secret to this game
Oh,
yet.
smart. It's genius. It's
Yeah.
genius.
Well, what about living on the bus? I mean, does that make you go crazy? That seems like tight
So
quarters.
that's exactly what happened to me. And I'm glad that I didn't I spiraled a little bit, but like it was civil, but if I would have been in there another week, I would have ended up like arguing with somebody, popping off left and right for no reason, spilled milk, whatever. I was just so feeling trapped on the bus, adapting to that circumstance was way harder than it seemed, and it sounded easy on paper. And then when I was in there, it definitely got to me. So I think yeah, it sounds fun and it is a lot of fun. It's an adventure of a lifetime, but it was way harder than what it looks like on TV.
Mac and Allie, kind of this first challenge, they make a big, bold move fairly publicly. How did that sit with you?
the alarms went off when I saw that. I was like, oh, like that was the first competition, and you kind of saw what everybody brought to the table, and like to just see them gaming that hard that quick. Even when she snagged Rick's tag, I was like, oh, I saw that like firsthand, and I was like, oh shit, like these people came to play, so it was game on after that.
Was there anyone that you were vibing with that you did want to work with?
Definitely the people that I was getting close with was Ali and Biggie. I felt really good. Biggie just reminds me of friends from back home, so I felt like I just hit it off with him naturally. And then Ali was somebody, there was like a little bit of like flirtatious energy, but I would say she's just a dope, easy person to talk to, and I just connected with her, so I would say her also. But Tay also just she was such a sweetheart, and she would just look out for me. Like she didn't owe me anything, but she was always checking in and having, we've always talked and we kind of connected on the bus. So they were definitely people I felt close with. And Shane as well.
Was there anything that we didn't see in this episode that you want us to know about?
Yeah, I think one major thing was that happened that I'm realizing. So I didn't watch the episode. I never watched myself back on TV. But what I realized through these interviews is that they didn't show that we saw for a split 3 seconds or 4 seconds out of the window
Mm.
coming down the mountain, and we were like in mountains. It felt like Tuscany, or it felt we were definitely somewhere like that looked like Tuscany. We were nowhere near Rome. And so that played a big role into why people thought Milan, because we're like, okay, we're so far, north, or we're so far out that we're like, okay, we probably traveled 9, 10, 12 hours. We traveled for 3, 4 days. We had no idea. You even lose sense of time in there. So, it was just crazy that that was just such a big thing, and I can't believe that didn't air in the episode
Right, so
because they
you
were
were
quick to throw us off.
you're literally blacked out, right? Like I can't imagine like the sensory deprivation of just traveling without a sense of what's happening.
Yeah, I've never, I mean, the one time that I've gotten close to experiencing that was in Big Brother, where I was
Hmm.
disconnected from the world, but never like not like this. This was
Right.
just like, and it played a big factor in the, I mean, it was the whole game, right? Like figuring
Hmm.
out where we're at. So it was really tough. I think the thing that's tough for me is I had such high hopes going into it, and I think everybody did. And to feel like I let myself down, well, I always want to do well. Even if I don't win, I want the full experience, and that's what's tough. Like such an awesome adventure, and I got a little taste of it, which sucks.
Did you get to go have a glass of wine with Jeffrey?
I didn't get to have a glass of wine with Jeffrey because he got right back on the road and he was headed to the next destination.
Oh,
Um, so he
wow.
owes me a beer. He owes me a bottle of wine. But I afterwards they were like, "Oh yeah, you're going home." I was like, I'm going to Florence. Like I'm gonna go hang out in Florence for a couple of days. I'm not going home." So I went and like disconnected a little bit and then I went home.
Well, that's fun. All right, I am on a mission to normalize talking about astrology when we talk about ourselves. Do
Okay.
you happen to know your sun, moon, or rising?
I do not. Do you happen to can you
Well, I know your sun and moon. We'd have to do your whole chart to find out your rising, but you are a Capricorn sun, Libra moon.
Oh, okay.
This tells us that you are all about the work, that hustle, that grind, making that money.
Very true.
I bet you would do back-to-back shows if you could just to keep that work coming in.
I did do back-to-back shows. I went from doing season 40. I was home for a month. I went into Los 50, which is a Telemundo, a Spanish show that I did. I was there for 2 months, and then I got home and I had a week in between that show and Destination X.
Classic
That's why
Capricorn.
probably my brain was, you know what? I need to give myself more room between shows so that I can be locked in. And now I did. I haven't done a show since Destination X, so I'm ready now. I'm hungry to play. But yeah, this is very spot on.
All right. Thank you so much for your time today, Josh. I appreciate it.
Thank you. I appreciate you.